All right, we preview the one movie Hollywood has been too afraid to make. Thankfully, my next guest, Robert Davi, wasn't, and he's here to tell us next about My Son Hunter. Stay there. All right, you got sex, you got drugs, you got shady business dealings. I mean, Hunter Biden's life is basically perfect for a Hollywood movie, except, unlike Hunter, with his many prostitutes, Tinseltown just never going to touch it. But my next guest, Robert Davi, did. Here's an exclusive clip from Breitbart's My Son Hunter.
So I'll tell you what's going down. Devon Archer is telling Joe Biden he just joined the board of the Ukraine energy company Burisma. At the same time, VP Joe is the point man for President Obama in the Ukraine. So the obvious next question is...
Where's Hunter? Okay, maybe it didn't happen exactly like this, but metaphorically speaking.
Hunter never actually went to Ukraine during all this, but don't let that fool you. 3 weeks later, he was appointed to the board of Burisma.
Like my dad says, we never discuss my businesses, period. My word is a Biden.
Joining me now is Robert Davi, director of My Son Hunter. Robert, it's great to see you.
Great to see you, Laura. Thank you for having me on.
This made me laugh and cry kind of at the same time, but are we to believe that this is authentic or borderline authentic? How much artistic license do you use in this film?
The artistic license is in the lighting and the cinematography, in the camera shots that I put in there, the satire, some of the other elements. But, you know, the script was pretty well researched. You had Peter Schweitzer's book. You had The Laptop from Hell. You had Beautiful Things, which I read, Hunter Biden's own autobiography. It says this is not a true story except for all the facts. So we use a lot of their own words, a lot of their own situations, but now it's dramatized in a different way and with a satirical aspect to it.
Now, Robert, you filmed, I know, parts of the movie in Serbia. And while you were there, I guess you had some fairly interesting visitors. What can you tell us?
Well, we filmed it all in Serbia because I needed those locations, the Ukraine, Bucharest, the Chinese Communist Party deals that he made with the spy chief of China, plus the Chateau Marmont stuff. It was all shot there. But while we were there, it's interesting, Laura, because I was there, and when I got there in the beginning of, end of September, beginning of October, the staff at the hotel came up to me, and they were big fans of, you know, films I've done over the years, and they said, you know who was here last month? I go, no, Hunter Biden. I go, what? He was here at this hotel? What was he doing? I said, what's he doing in Belgrade? Was he doing an art gallery opening, or was there some kind of deal going on? And then, while we're shooting, a gentleman shows up who, Philip McAleer, who's the part of the Unreported Story Society, Northern Irish guy, good guy. And he says, you know, Robert, we got the film crew is here, documentary film crew is here to do the story. They're doing a documentary. They want to ask questions and maybe be on the set. I says, Philip, I don't want anybody on the set. It's a closed set. I don't want anybody to take footage and use it for something else. He said, no, we have them say something and they've signed something and it should be okay. Well, I was suspicious of that. The guys came on. They spoke to the actors after, you know, a day of shooting, and the guys are kicking back. We finished the movie, and this is like probably in February. He calls me up. He goes, guess what? He goes, what? He says, you were right about those guys. You had a feeling about them. He says, they were Hunter Biden's lawyer. We thought the guy was from South Park, but he's Hunter Biden's lawyer. And he bailed out $2 million to Hunter for his tax thing. So what their motivation was, I have no idea. But they showed up on the set under the auspices of being a documentary film crew flown on a private jet. Yeah.
Yeah, they're worried. They're worried about the film. I mean, why else would they go? Not that you're not fun to hang out with, Robert. You are fun to hang out with, but I don't know if that's all they wanted. All right. The media, of course, I mean, we could have predicted this, but they're portraying your Hunter Biden film, well, in not the greatest light. Rolling Stone called it wildly boring. Salon said it was deep state right-wing grift. And, of course, The Guardian, which wrote that the right-wing movie is for fringe lunatics. Well, it looks like you got your imprimatur of excellence from all of those sources, Robert. Badge of honor?
We're number 93 on all of films on IMDb. It's going crazy on the internet. The film is tremendous performances by Lawrence Fox, an English actor. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant performance. John James, who plays Hunter, Joe Biden, gives another great. It's you be the judge.
Yeah, Robert, I think they don't realize that when left-wing publications criticize a film like this, it just sends independents and conservatives to watch the film. They don't seem to get that. But so every time they criticize, it's good stuff. But Robert, I can't wait to watch the whole thing. My son Hunter is available now. Robert, we'll see you soon. But congrats, man.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for having me on.
Now, we kind of always knew that Kamala was a little bit spacey, kind of out there, but she just took it to a whole new galaxy, my friends. The Last Bite will explain.